Dah ke? Okay, tak apa. Okay, today we would like to present for assessment 1 for ALC. Okay, I start first. Before I begin, I want to ask you guys that did you know that Malaysia is the second ranking issue for cyberbullying in 2020? Believe it or not, cyberbullying quite around these days. So, Assalamualaikum and very good morning. My name is Nur Afika binti Anwar and I am from class AP230A. Okay, today I would like to share my speech to all of you about the cyberbullying at Malaysia. And I would like to pursue everyone to stop this issue for encourage further. Okay, firstly, I would like to share with you guys what is cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is the use of digital means to repeatedly do any or all of following to a person. There are a lot of types of cyberbullying which is metric, spread lies, gossip, share embarrassing photo and other. In addition, cyberbullying can also be defined as a version of bullying through information and communication technology channels such as the internet, email, mobile phone, Facebook, and other. In other words, cyberbullying is the act of bullying someone through electronic means by posting threatening ways and messages about the person online. According to a global survey, Malaysia is among the world's top countries where our parents have reported their children experiencing cyberbullies. As you know, in 2020, cybersecurity received 596 reports of cyberbullying harassment. As we can see, the statistics show the increasing number of cyberbullying cases in our country. Have any of you been involved in cyberbullying or been one of the victims? Choose. Today, I would like to share with you about the issue regarding cyberbullying in our country, which are factors causing cyberbullying, effect on cyberbullying, and the ways to overcome cyberbullying. Without any delay, let us see the main factor causing cyberbullying in our country. We live in a world dominated by technology and not only teenagers but adults too, addicted to the use electronic device and the internet. In fact, there are no question this growing issue must be addressed, but to end online bullying, you must first understand why some people are doing it. Actually, family conflict is one of the factors causing cyberbullying. We might be thinking, why family conflict? For your information, family conflict is usually started by misunderstanding between each of family members which lead to fighting and lack of love. Besides, this bad behavior will be followed by their children which can lead to cyberbullying. Next factor will be jealousy. This can clearly see if someone see the success and give can only see their shortcoming. When this happens, it is easy to jealousy to blossom. Or in other words, the person will feel that it is not fair to the person to have what she wants even though she deserve it. Jealousy is actually the root of cyberbullying by threatening behaviors such as name calling and spreading bad rumors. As we know, there are a few factors causing cyberbullying that I have shared with all of you. Afterward, I will explain. Know there are countless effects cyberbullying, and one of the effect is low self-esteem. The victim will automatically have low self-esteem signs. That is the sole purpose of bullying. They will always feel unloved, self-doubt, and afraid to make mistakes after getting negative comment and the bad impression for other people. If you look ahead to the sequence of cyberbullying, the victim might face mental stress, which can harm the body too. This can lead them from suffering the sadness, loneliness, and stress, which will increase the risk of depression. It is clearly stated are many there are many consequences toward disabled, able, within mental and socially. In addition, to prevent cyberbullying, Any organization or NGO should recreate awareness to our country by conducting a talk about cyberbullying or other program which can give impact to all age, no matter how young you are and how old you are. Actually, this program can attract many people as well as making them realize that cyberbullying is happening in our country right now. Lastly is manage privacy setting online. One of the top ways to minimize the risk of online harassment is to adjust your privacy setting. Most social media platforms provide some degree of control over how your profile appears, such as whether or not your photos are public and visible of your post. While a more private profile means restrict access to other users, it make much easier research to know your network. Now, we can admit that it is not easy to overcome the cyberbullying issue, but every problem can be solved in a good way. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have come to the end of my speech. So, this is some of the information I can share with you all. Therefore, I encourage each of you to guard against personal information that can be used by others to cyberbullying. In this case, awareness is key to preventing online harassment. Cyberbullying has very damaging consequences for individuals. It interferes with emotional damage and can be fatal. In this case, policies should also be in place to ensure that technology is used responsibly. Finally, cyberbullying must be reported immediately without delay. Cyberbullying is quite dangerous for those who are victims. People can make a report when they are victim of cyberbullying or know someone who is cyberbullying. Although we cannot stop this cyberbullying, at least we try our best to prevent it before it happens. In short, Benjamin Israel said that courage is fire, bullying is smoke. That's all from me. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, dengar tak tu? Dengar tak? Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Faiza binti Maimi and my metric number is 2022698042. I here today to share my speech of obesity. Obesity is a medical condition in which excess body fat has accumulated and to an extent that it may have a negative effect on health. Obesity is defined as having a body mass index or BMI of 30 kg meter square or more. The range 25 to 30 kg is defined as overweight. A body mass index is a measurement obtained by dividing a person's weight by the square of the person's health. Obesity in future evaluation in terms of fat depicted around the waist circumference. Man waist is the waist measurement of 94 centimeter or more. A woman with a waist measurement of 80 centimeter or more are more likely to develop obesity-related health problem. Obesity is a chronic medical condition that increases your risk of diseases and health problems such as cancer, cardiovascular disease, diabetes type, osteoarthritis, infertility, irregular period, non-alcoholic fertility, and obstructive sleep apnea. Obesity can also affect your quality of life and lead to physiological problems such as depression, low self-confidence, esteem shame, and social isolation. Obesity is more common in women than in men. In 2050, the estimate show that 600 million adults and 100 million children were obese in 195 countries. Obesity is caused by eating more calories than burn to exercise and normal daily activity. As a result, your body turns their excess calorie as fat. Common specific cause of obesity is included inactivity, having a sedentary lifestyle, and eating it just as eating food high in calorie. Lack of sleep, genetic pregnant and certain medications such as insulin and antidepressant may also cause obesity. Moreover, certain medical conditions such as Cushing syndrome and hypothyroidism and can also shoot obesity. Symptom of obesity is having a BMI of 30 or more. It can be categorized as BMI of 30 to 34.9 is obese class 1, BMI of 35 to 39.9 is class 2, BMI of 40 and higher is class 3. If your BMI fall in the range of obesity, the doctor will review you for your family and health history. Perform a generation physical test. The generation physical examination may include checking vital signs such as heart rate, blood pressure, and temperature. The blood test may be used to examine cholesterol and glucose level, liver function test, diabetes screen, thyroid test, and health tests such as an electrocardiogram. Treatment including some lifestyle change such as dietary change and increased physical activity and the end of speech and addition weight loss surgery and weight loss medication can be medication. That's all. Thank you. Suka tak makan lah tu. Sorry.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Amirul Sharizal bin Zainal. My matrix number is 2022462232. Today, I would like to make a speech about treatment for ASET. Before I will state the treatment of this ASET, I will tell you what is SET affectionately. Seasonal affective disorder, fittingly abbreviated with SET, is a type of seasonal depression that recurs every year, usually in the fall or winter. Low energy level and mostly mild to severe depressive symptoms define it. Feeling agitated, exhausted, and avoiding social interactions are typical symptoms. Patients do not exhibit any depressed symptoms outside of the particular sad season in the summer. A serotonin imbalance, which is involved in a mood regulation, is the root cause of SAD. The sleep hormone melatonin is also produced more often in dark situations. Our body have harder time absorbing vitamin D in the gloomy settings, and a deficiency of vitamin D is linked to depression symptoms. These elements working together might cause a SAD. Now I will tell you the treatment that we can use, but this treatment is not effective. But you can try it as to support your SAD disorder. Fortunately, antidepressant therapy and vitamin D supplement can all be used to treat SAD. Bright light therapy enhances light exposure and is most effective in the morning. Different technological advancements can stimulate sunlight, which is an essential SAD prevention measure. Dawn simulation is a different approach to treating light exposure that makes use of alarm clocks that gradually brighten the room during the final hour of sleep. Light therapy should be used up until spring to avoid recurrence. SAD can also be treated with antidepressants, which are as effective to light therapy. The potential negative effects of light treatment, however, are less harmful than those antidepressants, which is a significant advantage. Patients can manage these recurrent depressive episodes all year long with the aid of various types of therapy, such as cognitive behavioral therapy. Additionally, this can assist individually in facing and controlling the symptoms. Last but not least, consuming supplements containing vitamin D and living an active lifestyle may also assist to prevent and treat sadness. So, in conclusion of overall of this topic is, sadness always happens at the center of year due to a physiatric condition known as seasonal affective disorder. Patients typically have symptoms in the winter while other seasons are considerable. Although it only affects a small percentage of people, the usually depression symptoms is caused by can be profound. Although the exact causation of the condition is unknown, fluctuation in daily light exposure are likely to be contributing factor. The effective treatment for seasonal affective disorder is light therapy. Antidepressant drugs and lifestyle modification are some more treatment. Difference is crucial for understanding the illness and patient treatment option. This is for all the topic that I can state for you all. Thank you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and good morning to all my friends. So my name is Nurul Atikah Amira binti Rasid and my student ID is 2022809966. So today I will give a speech for task 4 and 6. The title is Important of Third Language. So what is the third language? Third language is bilingual and multilingual to contents where two or more languages are used. By learning more language, it also found among the immigrant population and speaker of minority language who may need to communicate in the third or fourth language. So before I begin, let me ask a few questions. Why important to learn third language? So many of us have the same question. The third language is not easy for many people. And the answer is probably a big yes. By learning to speak two or three languages, it's very challenging for us, especially for students. So, um, to improve ourselves, of learning language, we can increase self-confidence to communicate with other people, especially for tourists. So, next, I would like to share the importance of the learn third language. The first one is travel become easier when you learn language, when you learn a foreign language. This is because by knowing the third language, this will be easier for your trip. For example, if you had a problem with the direction of your trip, you can ask the tourist and speak well. Ask the tourist and speak well. So, furthermore, it can build our self-confidence to, to, to talk slowly and they can understand when you talk to them. Second, learning a foreign language will open up the opportunity for your jobs. If you speak more and if you can speak more language, this is your opportunity to get the jobs. Nowadays, employer not just look at your ranking education, but employer also see the skill of your jobs. If you can speak more language, you can easy to communicate with your customer. Furthermore, it can be more easier to work with your staff, and you can be happy with your job environment. So next, I would like to share about cause of afraid to learn the third language. For example, the first one is lack of self-confidence. Students who know less about the third language will feel humility and think they will embarrass themselves. So furthermore, they will never want to try to speak and not give a challenges to themselves to speak well. For the second one is fear to make a mistake. So when they speak incorrectly and they can when they speak incorrectly, they will feel that other people will laugh at them. So they feel so weak, so they can blame themselves and afraid to take this challenge to speak well at their third language. So they can feel worse at themselves and they can blame themselves. So for the last point is fear of public speaking. For example, for example, they're afraid to speak in front at the classmate or at the class. So if you afraid at a public speaking or in another way you have stage fright. So if you want your skill third language speaking well, you have to practice more by yourself to get your skill of language speaking well. So the conclusion of my so well, ladies and gentlemen, I have come to close end of my speech. So in my conclusion, I will conclude the to learn third language. It's very important, especially for students. It because it will give more benefits about, such as I said earlier that we can easy to trip and easy for get opportunity of jobs, and we can make friends by learning more language. So if you have you if you if you have the skill of language, you don't have to feel not confident, worse at yourself, and you have to be more confident, and you can uh, come the knowledge, and you can share with your friends about your learning. So I think that's all for me. This is the article of my topic, which is the important to learn third language. Why you should learn third language as a student university, and what are the benefit of learn third language. What is the right time to start learning the third language, and why do we need to learn third language? So that's all for me. Thank you for your attention.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. When we talk about money, I'm sure everyone comes to your mind just now. Everything comes to your mind just now. We always hear that everyone say money is very important to pay all of things that your life possible, such as shelter, healthcare bill, and a good education. But the fact that I don't have money, I don't have cash at all, how can I live without it? Money is one way to survive this life, and we are relying on money to keep on living. Don't you agree with me? So that we need to saving enough money to avoid any problem in future. I'm really sure that you don't want to work when you become to the end of your life. Everyone must know why money is very important. It's just a paper, but it have a value in our life. To further understand about saving money, I have done extensive internet and I read more about it. Thus, today I'm Siti Farahani Binti Azman will inform you how to saving money. So I will breaking down this topic to three parts. The first one is being on how to set saving goal. The second one is how to limit credit, and third, how to invest in long term. The first one is set saving goal. We need to set saving goal for our future. This is very important because we just enjoy our money without saving goal. It's become many problem in our life. So, statistics show that in urban India we had more than 11,000 people taking this survey, which show that around 31% choose accumulating enough wealth to enjoy life, which show that somewhere priorities of people are changing this day. Now, people want to accumulate wealth just not just for retirement, but even to enjoy life before retirement. But by learning, they say how to set specific goal is to find your inspiration. Think not only about what you want to do, but why you want to do it. Attention and reason to your goal can put them in perspective and drive motivation. For example, build an emergency fund so you can afford to pay rent if you lost your job. So we next to the second point is limit credit. Many credit cards together can give you problem since keep track of your expensive gift thoughts. Therefore, ideally you should stick to one credit card that offer you the most benefit for types of expense you usually make. Setting your own credit card limit is very important now. You need to forget about issue will be allowed to spend on your card. Instead, determine the maximum amount you are willing to spend and hold yourself to it. By clearing, as a general rule, it's a good idea to keep spending under 30% of your limit. Set your personal spending limit by looking at your monthly salary. So the third point is how to invest in long term. Today, world of technology, competition, and inflammation, saving for the future has become a necessary. Like to save for the future, people might also think to invest money somewhere to get a profit every month quickly and secure your saving. Long-term investment like more than 5 years will give you a lot of benefit. It gives you money to potentially grow. The longer you remain invest, the more time your money could have to pointer grow. For example, you also can invest in rental real estate, gold, or money. Saving money is important to save you. The way that you saving money will give a positive and negative impact to your life. So remember to always saving wherever come to your, especially not enjoy your money with unnecessary things. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have come to the end of my speech. You can follow this saving. You can follow how to saving money effectively. You also can start saving money today. Save your money, it will save your life. Thank you. That's all from me.
Okay, hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Akila Hadira binti Kamaruddin. So today I would like to present for elc590 for assessment 1. So before I start, I would like to share with you guys a video.
We get it. Doing work is hard. But when you choose to watch TV over doing laundry or washing dishes, you've just launched an all-out battle in your brain. On one side, you have your prefrontal cortex. That's the part of your brain that sets long-term goals and regulates self-control. It's telling you that those dishes aren't going to clean themselves. And on the other side is the limbic system. It deals with pleasure, arousal, and reward. And it's telling you that washing dishes is lame, dude. You'd have a better time doing something else. So procrastination essentially puts your brain in its happy place. It feels good. That's why you do it. But of course, just because it feels good doesn't mean it's necessarily good for you. For example, several studies have found that undergraduate college students who procrastinated had a lower GPA in the latter half of the semester compared to non-procrastinators. They were also more likely to get sick based on their healthcare visits. Moreover, other studies have found that procrastinators report higher levels of guilt and anxiety when they choose to procrastinate in the first place. And if you keep it up, researchers have found that chronic procrastination is linked to low self-confidence, low energy, and depression. Overall, your quality of life will probably be worse than if you had just listened to that good old prefrontal cortex. And you may think that you just have a different workflow or you perform better under pressure. But sorry to say, there are no studies to support any benefits of chronic procrastination. Bottom line, it's unhealthy.
Alright. Alright, and that is the end of the video. So I hope you guys enjoy it. So based on the video, are any of you guys procrastinated? So it's okay. You don't need to expose yourself. You know who you are. So based on the video just now, we got a little bit of enlightenment on what procrastination is, and what it can be done to us, right? So and it's not that good, right? There is no positive things in procrastination. So let me shed you some more light on what exactly is procrastination. So procrastination is the practice of putting off something necessary by giving priority to less important, more pleasurable, and simpler activities. It differs from laziness, which is the refusal to do action. So procrastination is not being lazy. No, being lazy, you don't want to do any work. That is lazy, but procrastination is not. So some of researchers' articles from the National Library of Medicine said the procrastination is a form of self-regulation failure characterized by the irrational delay of tasks despite potentially potentially negative consequences. So as a student, I think we need to be concerned about this matter. And as a procrastinator myself, I think I have enough experience to talk about this matter with the support of my research. So as a result, I like to speak with you today and inform that we still can be safe from this problem by learning the unconventional ways to overcome procrastination. Okay, next, let me tell you one by one what are the ways. Starting with, get rid of your procrastination roadblocks. Roadblocks. In this generation, what is the biggest distraction that you guys know? Of course, the social media. So we all live in this gadget world nowadays, right? So some of researchers that I found write an article and say social media is a major of distraction, and 55% of those interviewed said social media distract teens from doing homework. So yes, social media is a big distraction. These major impediments must be removed in order for our work to be done. Uh, so you need to stop scrolling and do your work and start tracking yourself. Okay? So next, when we talk about tracking ourselves, we get to the next step in overcoming procrastination, which is track yourself. Track yourself by getting a planner or make yourself a timetable. So whether it's manually, you just need paper and pen, or you can do it on your phone. I think that will be more convenient for you. You can just um you can access it whenever and wherever you are to make to track yourself. Start to yeah to track yourself wherever you go. So start by you can start by you also can start by listing what you need to accomplish and sorting things by priority. Um, like you do your work, which assignment that you need to submit first, then you do that. If there is a deadline, it is very crucial. It is crucial for you to include a date to avoid being overlooked. Like if the deadline is next week, 14 December, for example, you just write it at the side of the assignment, so you can keep it on track lah. So yeah, so this method can help you estimate how long you need to complete your work and manage your time wisely. Like Charles Dick. Sorry. Right. I would like to say, like Charles Dickens said, procrastination is a thief of time. So do not let it steal from you. Okay? So yeah, but guys, hold on. Do not forget to include eating and sleeping in your schedule, because we are at the end we are all humans and we also need to look after our health, right? So yeah, we're not robot or a device, even a laptop got hot after working non-stop, right? So don't forget to sleep and rest, guys. Work is work, rest is rest. Okay. So give yourself a break. Yeah, this can be one of the ways to overcome procrastinating. Also, can taking a break. It's not procrastinating if you keep it on track lah. If you terlajak, I don't know. Like I said just now, we are all human. We need a break. In fact, taking a break can help with your productivity. When you feel tired, you may experience a loss of motivation. Like, I'm tired. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I'm tired. Blah, 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 and all that. So, if you feel tired, don't give up. Just take a break. Take a deep breath. Listen to music. Play some relaxing song. But if rock and metal make you relax, then you can go for it. I don't mind. It depends on someone's um someone's taste of music or all that. But have you heard of Pomodoro technique? Pomodoro technique. This method developed by Francesco Cirillo. It is a time management method based on 25 minutes focus on work, broken by 5 minutes break. It's like you focus on work 25 minutes, then you take a 5 minute break, then you continue go continue your work for 35 minutes. So it is highly recommended and widely used by the student to help them study more effectively. Yeah. So these are the articles that I use for my research. And well, ladies and gentlemen, I have come to the end of my speech. Hence, as a conclusion, what I can say is that there is many ways to overcome procrastination. I have enlightened you guys with some of the ways, which are getting rid of distraction, tracking yourself, and take a break. Not just that, but there is more. You can search it on the internet. There is so many methods, so many techniques and research always available at your fingertips. So you might think that this method is curable, but do not take this issue lightly, because if you let it take over your future, it will be affected. Your life depends on yourself, not anyone else. So stop procrastinating and complete your work. I think that's all for me. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.
Assalamualaikum and good morning to all my friends. My name is Shafi Irfan bin Shari Nizam. I am from class AP2463F, and my topic today is depression. Alright, let's get to know to what is depression and what danger it has on a person. Well, basically, depression is a mental disorder and common serious medical illness that affects how you feel and how you act. A person that feels depression, that have depression, are more likely to have chronic medical conditions such as cardiovascular disease, back problem, arthritis, diabetes, and high blood pressure. 1 in 15 adults are affected by depression every year, and 1 in 6 people will experience depression at some point in their life. Depression can occur at any time. On average, it is first appear during the late teens to mid-20s. And to add some more, depression and sadness are actually two different things because sadness is a normal feeling or grief that appears when experiencing the loss of loved one or an ending of relationship. Next is the risk of getting depression or this syndrome and how to avoid it. This is some of the syndrome that this is some of the syndrome of getting depression. Feeling sad and down often, lose interest in activities that was once enjoyed, losing appetite, having difficulty thinking, concentrating, and making decisions, and lastly, having trouble to sleep or sleeping too much. So, how to avoid getting depression? It is rather easy actually. By exercising regularly, we can release chemical reaction like endorphin, which can boost mood and increase your body temperature, which can have a calming effect on the central nervous system. Next is by having a strong relationship with your family members or your friends. Next is minimize daily choices, stay away from toxic people because uh, toxic people can affect your physical and mental health. And lastly, we the really easy way to avoid depression is by eating well. Research has shown that regularly consuming a high fat diet can have a similar effect as a chronic stress in terms of causing depression. And lastly, as for the conclusion of my topic, depression needed to be taken seriously as it can and will affect on how a person works. The study shown that 1 out of 5% with depression will commit suicide at some point. Therefore, being wary of depression is a must. You can visit doctor or just talking to your friend or family members, asking for their advice. It is really easy and free. And that is all from me. Thank you very much for listening.